All right, joining us on the phone, I call this Halloween week here.
Yeah, of course, it's Halloween week.
And we're joined now by Norwalk, Connecticut clairvoyant Nicholas Grossman and his partner, Peter Cerow from Ghost Storm. And we'd like to welcome him. Now, I understand you guys have done some Dudleytown investigations.
Big time, yeah.
By the way, hi, guys. It's nice, it's nice to, nice to meet you. Yeah, so you guys are known for this. Now, I know from my experiences dealing with the town of Cornwall and the folks there, I'm not popular there. They are no fans of my shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
But what you've toured the property? Tell us about it.
Yeah, a while back, we were camping at one of the campsites, probably about 4 miles down from Dudleytown, and me and Peter went to a restaurant in Kent, and we were talking to this guy, and he owned property there. And, we told him we would love to go to Dudleytown, and, he'd bring us to his property. So we became good friends with him for a while. We were able to tour, a big portion of Dudleytown. And let me tell you this, it's a very unique place. It is definitely paranormal. To me, if you ask me, it's more than just a spirit world. And, this may sound a little crazy, but I do kind of believe it's Dudleytown defies physics. I mean, to me, there's something more than just the spirit world there. It's definitely a portal of some kind.
Have you had anybody from the town or the Dark Entry Forest Association reach out to you and tell you to stop going there, stop looking into this? Because I've had that experience myself.
Oh, yeah. What's funny is that recently we actually got press saying, the media always mentions that we're known for Dudleytown. They're so sneaky, but it's just so obvious. I had one guy email me right after that press came out, Connecticut Post or whatever it was. And he emailed me and he said, I know a place that you guys would love to explore. And I emailed back, oh, yeah, really? Where is it? He was like, well, you're not really supposed to be there. And, I said, what's a little slap on the wrist? And then I realized, this was a Dudleytown person. So, I kind of said, we don't go to Dudleytown anymore because they're very strict there and it's not worth exploring anymore. And I got some angry emails. Call me right now. He gave his phone number, and I got about 3 or 4 emails with, did you call yet? Did you call yet? And I just knew it was one of them. And there was another time in the beginning, I want to say around June, I forget what they said, but it was something similar to that, the email that I got. Peter has had an actual encounter with one of the ladies that owns property up there.
Now, what do you mean by encounter?
Peter?
Well, this was when we were, I was hiking up there with a friend of mine some years ago, and we got, of course, very fascinated by one of the foundations, the old foundations on the property, and we were exploring it, and as we were exploring it, this lady came out walking her dog wearing this really, really odd hat. I guess it was maybe either a large sun hat. It looked kind of like a beekeeper hat that she had on, and told us both to get out of the foundation and that we weren't supposed to be there. We were trespassing. And so, we left. We got back on the Mohawk Trail, and we were headed back down to, I guess, the Dark Entry Road entranceway of the Mohawk Trail. And as we were walking down there, it was a very, very hot day. It was windy, it was breezy, but it was very, very hot, very high humidity day in July. And off in the distance, over the din of the wind blowing, I could hear this woman laughing hysterically. Very, very odd, strange, and I'm not sure where it was coming from because I don't think there were any houses nearby where we were.
Another time we went up Bald Mountain Road, me and Peter, we drove up Bald Mountain Road. That's another entrance to Dudleytown. Forget that. Don't even try it, because me and him drove up there. Everybody's taking pictures of the car with their iPhone or their Samsung. Everybody's taking pictures of their car. We drive up there, obviously it was too uncomfortable to get out because of all the pictures taking. We turn around, and about 3 cars are following us down Bald Mountain Road, which is a big hill. And they followed us. We go out into whatever route that is by Dudleytown. I forget what route it is. But they followed us about 4 miles down back towards Kent, Connecticut. And, let me tell you this. The people in Cornwall are different from the community in Dudleytown, the Dark Entry Forest. The people in Cornwall are very normal. believe it or not. But the people who are in that association are very weird. I mean, they're highly protective over it. And honestly, I'll tell you this, and I think that maybe you kind of will relate after reading your articles about it. You know, they're making themselves look like they're like some form of like some supernatural like coven or something like that. I mean, I can't say that that's true, but the fact it's their fault that people are having conspiracy theories over there. It really is. It's their fault, and it's not helping them one bit.
Absolutely. I've come to one of two conclusions. There either is something to hide, and they're going to great lengths to hide it, or there is nothing to hide, and this has been horribly mismanaged because the way they behave is so creepy and secretive that it lends itself to more curiosity.
Right. I had one of my friends who's, a huge explorer. He's been exploring for a long time, go up there, and he saw about 8 people wearing black cloaks and doing like a satanic ritual up there.
Really?
I had another friend tell me a while back that they were met at Dudleytown with a man with a pit bull and a rifle telling them that they have no business being up there.
Now, you guys weren't drinking cheap bourbon or anything, right?
No.
Okay, if you've just joined us, let me reset things here. We're talking to, if you want, clairvoyants, paranormal experts, ghost hunters, Nick Grossman and Peter Cerow, and we're talking Dudleytown here.
Yeah. Now, so just to kind of go back to the beginning, now the paranormal element of this, do you both agree that there is a paranormal element on that property?
Without a doubt. And I'll tell you this, I went up there one night, and I kid you not, this sounds so bizarre, but I went up there, it was wintertime, there was snow on the ground, all the leaves were down. I went up there one night, wintertime, freezing cold, and I kid you not, these little tiny moths were flying in front of my face and vanishing.
Come on.
Ooh, I kid you not. And you could see in the trees there's these blue lights. The other thing about Dudleytown is the dead silence there. There's no birds. You're not going to see squirrels or deer.
I've heard about this.
There's dead. Yeah, as soon as you're allowed to go on this portion of the Mohawk Trail. You're not allowed to step off the Mohawk Trail and walk into the foundation. But the Mohawk Trail, you could stay on it, and that's legal, up Dark Entry Road. And that goes through a portion of Dudleytown. As soon as you cross this one point where there's a tree down and you hop over that tree, dead silence, like a void. It's almost like, you guys will know what I'm talking about when you're in a recording studio.
Right.
And the acoustics, you could feel that acoustic feeling mute in your ear.
Yep.
Dudleytown, the whole place is like that. And there was one time me and Peter were up there, and this was I'll never forget this, like straight, like horror movie kind of vibe here. Me and Peter went up there, and probably around the perimeter of Dudleytown, which probably would be a mile radius around me and Peter, you hear hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of crows cawing at us. I kid you not, it was so bizarre.
My one experience was at the campsite at Housatonic Meadows. I went out to my car and was then getting out of my car for some reason and turned around, and right in front of me for like a split second was a man standing in a tuxedo. And a man in a tuxedo at a campsite is not a very common occurrence. You don't really see that too often.
Right.
But there he was, and I looked at him, and I almost kind of, I was surprised, I was startled, I was surprised, and then of course he disappeared, and I thought, gosh, what did I just see?
I tell you what, that place is so active, you could get paranormal activity in broad daylight.
Guys, this is wild stuff, and we appreciate taking a couple of minutes, and we could talk to you about this all day, especially me, but we got to get running. We thank you for your time, and hopefully you can come back on the Ethan and Lou show sometime.
Could I share my website?
Sure, absolutely.
Sure.
Okay, so our website is vagaparanormal.com, and we're having an event in Norwalk at Cafe Madrid called a Supernatural Night of Possession, where we're showing our possessed dolls and making actual contact with them on stage in front of everybody, November 1st. Wow. And if you go on the Ghost Storm website, you can find information on that there.
Fantastic.
There you go. Check it out. Thank you.
Thanks again, guys. We really appreciate it.
No problem. And if anything else happens up there, we'll definitely send you a message.
Please do.
Thanks so much.
Peace.